Hey guys, Brian Pierce here, your purveyor of awesome, back for another video. I want to say, one, if you've watched any of the other videos that I've made recently, thank you very much. I've put out 2 Whoop strap videos that surprisingly are doing really good, so thank you for those that have been watching them. And I also did put out a 20.5 CrossFit Open video from the box that I attend, so check any of those out if you found this and haven't seen some of the other videos that I've done recently. On the comments, I have tried to clean up my desk, so if you think this looks better, great. If not, in the future, just gonna tell you that life gets in the way. So let's talk about some news in the world of Whoop strap and ways that you're going to be able to expect what is coming if you're wearing these or if you're getting ready to be wearing them. So Whoop just received $55 million in new funding. That's insane. That's like Scrooge McDuck type money. That is a lot of money. So let's talk a little bit about where they can kind of put that money, or where they're talking about putting that money, so they can help this device and the data and the algorithms and the desktops and the apps that they have better for their members and better for them as a business. They've already released new analytics features. They say that those are what's coming, but one of the ones that they've released is the new performance profile. So if you kind of swipe right all the way and get to the left within your app, you can now see all of your activities and some more averages broken out. Now, how to use this is for goals. If you want to work on streaks, keeping consistent with sleep, keeping consistent with strain, consistent with recovery, things like that. You can now see that better in your performance profile. As well, if you kind of want to see an overarching look at all of the activities that you put out, I think we're going to continue to see small little UX improvements like this to the app as we go through the next year. And I'm assuming as they then add new features that are more than likely going to be down the pipeline. One of the other mentions that they had were upgrades to their membership services. I would assume that this means customer service to their members. If that means speeding up the amount of time it takes to get a response to an email, I'm all for that. You've heard me talk about in my first video that it took almost 7 days for me to get a response to an email I sent when I was having issues setting up the connection from my app to my profile on my phone. Luckily, I figured it out. Go see that video for what I did. But if that means that they're getting a chance to have better communication and more consistent communication to us as members when we reach out, awesome. I would hope as well that this creates more platforms for them to put out information that we can find. And I say that we can find because specifically I noticed their CEO, Will Ahmed, was on Instagram responding to questions. They said, hey, it's kind of an ask me anything. And the problem with the way that they did it and responded is now that all of that information is gone. I'm sure that that was amazing content, but I don't have access to it anymore. So only if I found those stories on Instagram within a 24-hour period do I get the answers to those questions. And unfortunately, I saw them at work and I was like, oh my gosh, like these questions are amazing. If he's answering them the way that I hope he is, I hope that I can find them. Of course, I go back to them and later that day, and the last thing is thanks for all the questions. So I'm sure that that was amazing. I hope that they save those videos and just put them out. YouTube, IGTV, there's so many places, Facebook videos, there's so many ways for them to have stored that content for us to find at any time. I wish that Instagram stories for that were not the only way that they put that content out. I think we're going to see bigger partnerships. So one of the partnerships that they did just announce, even though I'm probably going to botch it, is PNOE, P-N-O-E with a umlaut or an apostrophe. So it's analytics. And what it looks like that they have done is they've put together the first VO2 max processor that is mobile and compactable. It looks like it's cardio-metabolic analysis. So a way to find your VO2 max. Now, why is this important? It's important for 3 different reasons. For sports, dietetics, and medicine. In sports, we're talking about VO2 max, so measuring one's oxygen consumption. For dietetics, caloric consumption and fat and carbohydrate oxidation. For medicine, cardiopulmonary exercise testing. Why is this a big deal? It's a big deal because Whoop talks about how Whoop strap and other wrist wearable devices can only be so good. There's so many inconsistencies that can happen. They try to make up for that in their algorithms. But also is that it is just using your heart rate. Partnering with someone like PNOE partnering with somebody that has a cardio-metabolic analysis machine is a good way to make sure that they're covering more of the bases. So putting this device on, wearing it, and really getting all the metrics from them, and then partnering it up with the Whoop strap and all the data and algorithms they have, I've already signed up. If we can get me to above 1,000 subscribers and start potentially monetizing some of these videos a little bit, I'm definitely going to get one of those bad boys. I may not buy it, I may just rent it, because it looks like it's about $270 a month or $7,500 if you want to buy one outright. So not cheap, but I think that that's an amazing piece of equipment for the non-professional athlete but truly wants to find a way to peak out their performance. You know, the guys that do Spartan, the guy that do CrossFit, I race dirt bikes, mountain bike racers, like we all want to get better. We may not do this professionally, but little tips and tricks like this are just going to be able to allow us to kind of biohack our way toward that space, and I want to do it. A couple updates that I've seen put out recently is that Whoop also has new support videos out. So we were just talking about Will Ahmed putting out all these video responses on Instagram stories, and hopefully they come out to other places. It looks like that is going to be happening. So if you go to their YouTube channel, they now have a whole playlist of support videos. If you go to support.whoop.com, there is a whole now list of all of these videos. I think that a lot of people who would be watching this were looking for how to set up my app, how to put on my band, how to get it through the clasp, the little tiny tips and tricks that we as the community have figured out. Well, they're now putting those out as videos as well. And with the amount of searches that look to be happening on things like YouTube and, you know, the browsers and Google and probably Bing, they realize that they need to have that content out there as well under their own umbrella with their own verbiage for their members. And I'm glad to see that, and I look forward to seeing that grow and being more supportive to us as the community and the members. An update that I hope to see from Whoop is an update to their marketing. As I mentioned in my second video, this is a software as a service, not just a device that you wear that happens to be able to look at things on an app or a dashboard. It's the software that matters in this case. This is just a way to collect it so that it goes into their algorithms. I don't like that when I go do all this research on whoop.com and then I get cookied and targeted to with ads, that it feels like I am being targeted to a Fitbit or an Apple Watch wearer. Not that that's a bad thing if you're doing that, it's just that I don't see these as competing devices anymore, and I would like to see them actually tout what you're going to be doing and how you can do that better through using the Whoop strap and the data that you're giving. What are the actionable items that you can now start to do in their marketing opposed to just the pretty pictures and the models, male or female, wearing the strap. For new platforms, I bet in the near future we'll see Whoop coming out with new straps, new devices, and I don't just mean different colors, I mean actual straps, the whole thing, or the device is going to be a more robust one or a more tamed down one, so that there is a different price point for different people, as well as potentially different levels of your membership will be shown in the app or on the dashboard. You will have access to more and or less data. I could really see a basic app coming out or a basic membership login where you're kind of getting that performance profile, and then you just have the three main screens where today, you see today's data. Now you could go back at any time and see other days, but what would be removed from a potentially cheaper membership level is all the concurrent data, the chance to see the week as it is. You're not going to get the trainers, and you're not going to get all the tips and tricks. So it's for the people that maybe wear a device to wear a device and get a little bit of data, but they don't really need and or desire all the actionable items that a consistent week or a consistent month vantage point would be. And I could see that being a easier buy-in for some people over the $30 a month. If it's $10 a month, or maybe that's not a software as a service, that's buying the strap outright, that's kind of what you get, and then you could upgrade later on to maybe a month-to-month membership that would then give you access to the rest of it. Take that the other way, and I could see a whole nother membership level that connects you to a much more personalized Whoop interaction. And I mean that to exactly what it sounds like, where maybe it's $50 a month and you're getting someone curates these personal, actionable items for you, or you and your coach to use on a month vantage point or a week vantage point of the data that is collected. So opposed to just some of the random tips and tricks that we get now, which I believe are useful, They're much more, hey, you are a CrossFit athlete. This is the data that we are seeing. These are the top 3 things that we think you should be doing, and or you and your coach should be really paying attention to going into the next month, because we know you have these sanctionals that you're going to be going to, or these competitions you've told us about. So it's a much more inclusive membership that gives Whoop a way to make a little bit more money, offer a little bit more services, but then give the athlete, again, more actionable items to walk away with. I would not want that or need that, is the way to look at it. But I think there are athletes that maybe can't afford a personal coach, but paying that extra $20 a month, so say $50 a month, to be able to get these action items from Whoop specific to their needs, their sport, and how the Whoop might know that they're training. I could see that being a huge win for those people. To wrap it up, Whoop is growing. It looks like the Whoop strap is going to be getting on more and more wrists as we go through this, and I would like to keep talking about it. I think that there's going to be a ton of learnings. I'm glad that you as a community have started to ask questions in the comments. Others have helped a lot and not been super negative, so obviously positive on that. I've shared and chimed in when I can. So again, if you have questions about Whoop, comments, concerns, non-hateful comments, throw them in there, man. Like, ask people, get the action items that you're looking for from the community, and we can kind of keep talking about this. I'd like to keep making videos, so if there's other places that you'd like me to talk about, obviously I am involved in CrossFit. That's something I'd like to make more videos about. I do have some thoughts on different types of fitness things. Sleep is a big thing that I've really been trying to pay attention to for the past 2 months, especially with the Whoop strap. I've got some thoughts there of learnings, mistakes I've made. Again, if that sounds interesting to you, please let me know. I would love to continue making these videos. I'm at like just over 400 subscribers right now, so please subscribe. We need to get over 1,000 to be able to monetize this, so that it can be something that hopefully, it's not really about me making money, but it's about the potential to be able to make money to put it back into these videos, to be able to get this VO2 max with the partner of PNOE that I eloquently have screwed up many times. So let's see if we can make that happen. Thanks for paying attention. Thanks for tuning in. Give it a like, give it a subscribe, and find me on Instagram at Woody B. Pierced. If nothing else, I'll see you on the internet. Peace.